This is the Storm Warning Show. Let's go. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1 Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
BKS1, Storm Warning. You already know what it is. It's your boy Peter Guns. I'm at home. I'm bunkered up. The Henny. Stay tuned. Hit me after, baby. Weather.
Yo, what's good? We're officially back on the Storm Warning Show. Y'all know what it is? Yes, shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Listen, I'm feeling real good. Got my partner in the building. Listen, 1/3 of the R&B group Allure. We call her what? Hurricane Kiss.
What's up, y'all? Good evening.
What's good?
And I am here, the man of the hour to the left of me, El Chocolatito, El General.
Oh, I like how that sounds.
El Chocolatito?
Oh, yeah.
DJ Storm, Norma John Rue, the man
Salute,
that
peace
makes
and
it all
blessings.
happen.
Shout out to everybody on checking. Listen, I'm going to give you a lot of love tonight. We're going to talk about a lot tonight. So listen, no matter what platform you on, share it out. We are on TuneIn. We are on Twitch right now. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. Yes. We everywhere. We're in the universe, y'all. So listen, we're going to shout y'all out tonight. We're going to talk about some things. Shout out to Itole Du Soleil. I love that. Yes, shout out to Mama. Ingrid on the check-in. Shout out to Alicia on the check-in. Yes. Shout out to, why my mouse doing that? Hold on. I'm trying to get low. Why is it going the opposite way?
Yeah, you're moving up, but it's going the opposite way.
Use your mouse. All right. See, I'm trying. Yeah, my thing is acting crazy. Oh, that's why.
This
Yeah.
Yeah, you want this one better?
Let's see. All right, here we go. 'Cause I'm just trying to get some
The other
love.
one glitching.
That's kind of just, I think it's a Facebook thing. Anyway, shout out to Ingrid Judge. Shout out to Alicia, Annette. As I see you, I'm going to give you love. Shout out to Grand G, Keisha Gainey, Elder Jason Hawks on the check-in. As I see you, I'm going to try to show you some love and shout you out. But listen, I want y'all all to click that share button. Share it out. Tonight, we're going to talk about a lot of different things. Some relationship topics, some things that's just going on in social media, some celebrity gossip, a little bit of everything. But first and foremost, Kiss, how you been?
I'm good. I'm good, hanging in there.
You good?
Yes.
What you been up to?
Regular. Grandma duties, hanging out with the girls, setting up for a gag.
Yes.
Officially, for real.
Yes.
We're getting everything underway.
Yes.
And we getting everything together with Legacy, with Chanel.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Just trying to stay busy and productive.
I was going to say, when
sane.
was the last time I ever seen you? But it was just last week.
Last weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a film project coming out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chanel Red. It's called Legacy.
Yes.
And it's funny, me and Kiss always wind up being in the same projects and everything
Paired
like that.
up somehow.
Yeah.
This time he played my father.
Yeah, I'm playing her father.
My father.
In this film project called Legacy.
Yes.
And we also Delilah's coming out too.
Yes,
That's about
Delilah.
to pop.
Yes. Shout out to Daniel Ali.
Yes. You're in that film. I'm playing a small role, a senator.
Yeah.
In that.
And I played Delilah's mom.
Right. So again, so let's clap it up. Let's clap it for you.
Good
clap
things
it for us.
happening.
Great things.
Yes.
No doubt.
How are you? Other than that.
Listen, I'm good. Life is good.
Health-wise, everything good.
Health-wise, everything's good. Business is good.
Yes.
Shout out to, again, the city of Plainfield. You know I'm passionate about hip-hop.
Yeah.
The city of Plainfield agreed to do a classic golden era hip-hop festival in the city of Plainfield.
That's dope.
So I'm calling in, all my peoples, my favors, whatever. This has been something I wanted to do for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where we just covering the golden era from 70s, 80s, the 90s when the music was good. A day where you could bring the family out, the kids, prizes, just a lot of fun, nostalgic, dope DJs. We calling ourselves for this one the P-Funk All-Stars.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody else that loves the idea and is going to be on board with this. This is going to be August 5th, so save the date.
Yes.
August 5th, Milt Campbell Park. August 5th, Milt Campbell Park. It's the official Plainfield classic golden era hip-hop festival. All right, so we're going to clap it up for that. First ever. All right? Now, moving on. Again, shout out to, I see a lot of people joining in. Shout out to Denise Sparrow. On the check, shout out to Nitty. Nitty on the check-in. Nitty, I see you.
What up, Lightbright?
Yes. Shout out to Nitty. In case y'all don't know who Nitty Green is, listen, he's 1/5 or 1/4?
1/17. It's 1/5.
1/5.
Yes.
1/5 of the dope R&B group Riff.
Yes.
Y'all know Riff from the movie Lean on Me. But those are my brothers. I love them. They family. So salute. Let's clap it up for them. Now let's get on. Let's start talking about some things. And again, we're gonna talk about some relationship topics or whatever. Where you want to start, Kiss? I'm gonna throw it to you. You want to start with the craziness?
Yeah.
Let's start with the craziness.
Start with the craziness and get it out the way.
All right. So listen, as we throughout the week and everything, we look for things to talk about. A lot of young kids, little kids, been wilding out in stores and establishments and everything, right? And me and Kiss would talk about it, and me and Sandy would talk about it, whatever. And Kiss would be like, "Yo, if that was my child,
I'm whooping your wall.
I am whooping your behind. If it wasn't my child, I might whoop your behind."
Right.
But I've been seeing all this craziness going on, man, with kids. It's like nobody is checking their kids anymore.
At all.
And I don't understand it. You got to check your kids.
But I think that comes from that whole...
We're going to show the clips.
Yeah. All these people afraid to reprimand their children in public and stuff because they scared. Man, listen. These kids are disrespectful.
Facts.
Disrespectful.
Facts. Very disrespectful. But here's one clip, and then I'm going to show the clip that Kiss sent me. So this is a store, but look at what's happening. This is Family Dollar, I think.
Wow.
This is Family Dollar. If I saw this at a Family Dollar, either I'm calling the cops, I'm getting management. Something. If it wasn't my kid.
Right.
Now, if that was my kid, I'm sorry. May have to do a bit. Here it is.
Ham in dollar store. Believe that. I'm talking about. Jit is mad. Jit don't got no family. Jit say fuck this shit. Definitely. Cereal everywhere. Jit is crazy. We don't know who Jit this is, bro. Jit is just going ham, you feel me? I ain't caught nothing like this in a while. Hey, I'm talking about, bro, like Jit. Oh, Jit going, nobody don't know who Jit this is, bro. Like, hey, Jit. Like, Jit is going ham in this bitch. We is in dollar store. Hey, Jit going ham, man. Look at this shit. You hit me with that, you gonna lose your life. Hey.
All right, like I just told kids, no, wait a minute, no claps for that. Excuse me. I'm gonna stop this right here, only because I'm not even mad at the kid anymore. I'm mad at the adults.
Yeah.
Filming
y'all
it.
Recording and then laughing and it's like,
no
what's
adults
so
is putting that kid in check. Make sure you talk in front of the mic. They want to hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not mad at none of the kids. I'm mad at the adults because if you was in there or whatever like that, you would probably run, get management or get the cops or whatever like that, because you already know when we put our hands on somebody else's kids, then that's going to go into another problem.
Right.
But nobody is checking this kid, and I have a problem with that,
but
Kiss.
my whole thing was the kids going crazy and knocking everything over. Where's the parent? Everybody keeps saying this Jit, he acted up and doing whatever, but where was he there by himself?
Yeah.
Just ragging the store? And then it's like the adults don't make it no better because you're sitting there recording and then laughing, and you're laughing out loud, so now he hears you laughing and thinks that it's okay, and that's just like putting a battery in his back. Like, oh, they're laughing, so let me just keep on doing what I'm doing.
Shout out to Alicia. Alicia said what pissed me off is they're videotaping him
and not checking him, yeah.
And Nit checking him. That just made me mad. I wish mine were facts.
Yeah.
And Itole said that's ridiculous. I'm gonna have to go on my what's name. Come on, for some reason my mouse.
Wait, who said that? Somebody said I went to a restaurant yesterday and these toddlers were hanging on the door and trying to leave, and their parents were Asian. Just sat there and what? Oh, sat there until I got up and walked towards the door.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, right here. If you want to read it. But it's crazy to me. So we about to show you this other clip, right? And this clip is in Walmart. But here's my thing: where are the parents? Where's the authority figures?
Well, this one that I sent you. The one with the little girl in Walmart, right?
Yes.
Because it seemed like the lady that she was confronting was her grandmother. And it's the fact that you're doing what you're doing, but then you're also hitting and kicking. Man, listen, let me tell you something. It couldn't have been mine.
Facts. Let's look at this clip. Let's dissect it. Because what is the right thing to do when you're confronted with this situation? Because I've seen situations like this where the little kid wild out in the store, and usually it's not us. Look at me.
Yeah.
Usually it's not us. You know, it's other people.
Right.
And they just get a quick slap. Johnny, stop.
Not Johnny.
Don't be silly, Johnny. You know, usually I see that, but it's not Johnny this time. Look at the clip.
From the Walmart, and I'm in Lewisburg. It is always something popping off. Now, I don't know what's wrong with... Oh, my God. No, she need her ass whooped. Because I don't know if it's that her grandma. But y'all, let me tell you something. I would take that little girl by her neck. What in the world is... She got to be on some medicine. It got to be something wrong with her. Y'all, do you see this? She made this mess, y'all, and they standing there letting her do it. And her grandma gonna have to pay for this. This girl is crazy. Do y'all see this? Oh my God! The last time I was here, a damn car came through the door, and now this little girl in here tearing up, and her grandparents letting her do it. I would not hurt the boy. Oh my God, y'all. Baby, give me the permission. Give me the permission. Give me the permission, baby, honey. I would knock that purple shirt off her. You heard me? Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all better get. Oh my. Y'all better. Who do she belong to? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh no, darling.
You need a mama to beat your ass is what you need. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Where is her? Where is her parent, y'all? Y'all better get the authorities out here, boy. I would beat the brakes. I come to Walmart.
Ain't no way.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no,
Yo.
to the no.
Hell no.
I'm going to tell you right now, real talk.
No.
Real talk. First of all, mad disrespectful to the grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I blame the parents.
Craziness.
Mad disrespectful. That child should have been restrained, right, and shut down from his actions that he was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been restrained something. But this is what's going on a lot. It's going on a lot. And then, be honest with you, the adults is no better. Because now this is what we do.
Oh, my God.
We do this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Oh, my God, look at that. Oh, girl, you better not let him do that. Oh, Jesus. You better not let him do that. That's what the hell we do now. Yo. That's what we do now.
You know what I think the problem is?
Instead of trying to fix the problem.
The problem is that we came to a pass some years ago, right?
Shout out to Tasha Wise. Shout out to Annette.
Hey, Tasha. Mm-hmm. We came to a pass some years ago where I remember when I was young, my mother reprimanding me and my sister, our parents, period. You know what I mean? When we did wrong or if we were disrespectful. We came to a pass where it started becoming an issue if you reprimand your children, if you hit your children, if you whoop your children, because then the authorities get involved and then you get arrested because you're hitting your kid. Like, it's my kid, right? And I feel like ever since that happened, it just got worse and worse. And now these kids are hip to this shit. So now it's like, oh, well, if you hit me and da-da-da-da-da, we're going to call the cops. And the cops going to come get you because you was hitting on me. So now it's like they just take it the extra mile. There's no way in hell that if a kid was doing this back when we was kids, that she's walking out of there with them 2 feet.
Yo,
okay?
Listen.
And no way in hell.
You said, but
Ain't
key
no
thing
way.
you said, though, Kiss, you said back when we was kids.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
was a different ball game.
With everything, though. Like, this ain't the same love we grew up on. This ain't the same respect. None of it.
You'd have been
I don't
talking
get
to
it.
me with a high heel shoe in my head. Come on. My mother
in your house
didn't play with the high heel shoes. Like, are we acting up? Or you gonna act in front of people? The
I didn't
high
have
heel
that.
shoe would have been in my head like this.
I didn't have that issue. I never got hit. I got hit one time. Okay, one time, and that was because I was disrespectful. And I had a little moment. My mother was, she was being stern that day, and I didn't get my way, and I was, probably like 12, 13, whatever. And I walked away from her in the kitchen down this long hallway. Okay, went into my room where I had my music blasting, and I whispered. Okay, now I whispered so low that only Jesus could hear it. She in the kitchen washing dishes, and I was just like, damn, she acting like a bitch to myself. But I whispered it. All I heard was.
She heard it.
She started walking and kicked my door up, and she's like, "What the hell you just?" And I'm like, "I didn't say anything."
She had the parent super ears.
The super ears. My mother was not to be played with. Like, my mother was the sweetest thing on earth, but she was stern. She had, she had her shit with her. But as she should. That was the first time that I ever in my life ever muttered anything like that. And she heard me. She punched me dead in the stomach and knocked the wind out of me, and then cried after an hour because she was upset because she hit me. But I was wrong.
Yeah, but
You can't do that shit now with these kids.
Again, but
these kids shooting you.
No, yeah, they'll shoot you. But you
Stab
know
you
what?
when you sleep.
If the village stand behind you,
but that's the problem. There are no villages.
Then you feel
like
more comfortable.
Right.
With things like this, if the village stand behind you, you feel more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But like you said, you got to worry about them coming back and retaliating and doing all this, whatever like that. But nah, man, listen.
Like the mentality of these kids now is scary. It's scary. You can't talk to your kids and tell them right from wrong because their retaliation is not just getting upset and like, oh, but mom. No, if you go to sleep, you're gonna wake up with your child over you in the night. Like it's sickening these days. We're in the last days, child.
But listen, we're talking about the children. Let's read some comments and then I'm gonna go on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Denise. She said praying for this world. Yeah. Michelle, shout out to Michelle. She said I was raised by a village. Facts, yes. Michelle. Peace and blessings to you. Alicia said when we grew up, your neighbor would beat your ass.
Yeah.
And take you to your parents. It definitely takes a village. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts, man. It's like it's a whole different ball game. Tasha said, hold up, Tasha. Tasha said, lock me up. Throw away the key.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but see, that's Ingrid said, this is way beyond not getting punished at home. Are these children suffering from mental health issues? That's another factor.
Ingrid said, new generation of parents drinking and doing drugs, then dumping the kids off for grandmama to raise. Yep.
But now, we talking about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, the parents ain't that much better. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
We're gonna show this clip. We gotta show this other clip. This clip I'm about to show you now is an adult. Is an adult at Dunkin' Donuts. Which is why I started drinking Starbucks.
The ghetto.
Because y'all Dunkin' Donuts mugs is ghetto as hell. Here's the clip. Here is the clip. Y'all peep this out. It's not just the kids, y'all. Mm-hmm. It's not just the kids no longer.
Yep. What do I need to do? I don't need to do anything. What are you going to do to me? Exactly. You rip serve me. I will need somebody in here serving me. What you think you're going to do? Now tell me to calm down. Now tell me to be quiet. You better get my money, man. Somebody better get my money. Somebody better get my money before I start asking the people for it. Get my money, put it in my hand, the same way I gave it to you. The same way I gave it to you. Don't throw nothing at me. What the fuck are you? Sorry. No, don't be sorry. Give me my money in my hand like I gave it to you. Sorry about your kids and everything, but who do you think you're talking to? I don't want to hear nothing. Give me my money in my hand the same way I give it to her. I crank up shot of head. Call the police, anybody you need to call. I don't care who it is. Get your manager, whoever you need to. I don't care who you is. Somebody better tell me something. Somebody better tell me something. Yeah, well, the manager, whoever, I will beat the shit out your employee if she ever throw anything in my face. I'm not going nowhere. I want her to pick my shit up, give me my money the same way I gave it to her. No, I'm not moving. Somebody better go behind here, give me my money, get my order, and that's really that. Miss, you need me to go to jail, crack you in your head early in the morning or something for fucking throwing my money at me? Huh? No, bullshit. Hello? Get away from me. Hello? I'll crack you upside your head. Yo. Don't fucking play around. Don't hold me. Come on, calm down.
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell no.
Listen. I worked there, I would have called the cops.
Yep.
As soon as she threw the first thing. When she threw the first thing, I could deal with the yelling, whatever. Okay, whatever. As soon as you threw the first thing, smash whatever, I would have called the cops.
My thing is, I'm trying to listen to her the whole time, right? And she was obviously upset because she was saying that, she said, give me my money in my hand the same way I gave it to you. So she must have thrown the money back at her or whatever the case is. But it took all that. She said maybe coffee is the problem, for real.
Yeah, Michelle said maybe coffee is the problem.
Like, why are we here? Like, it's one thing to feel disrespected. Like, when you go to stores and people just, like, slam your money on the table. They don't, they're not gracious or they're not friendly or whatever the case may be. But it's never that serious.
Now, I knew y'all coffee
it's too early
drinkers
for that shit.
would say that. It's because she didn't have her coffee.
She didn't have her coffee in the morning.
Hold on. Sandy said, Sandy said that girl behind the counter was not scared of that broad. And she was ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Shout out to Tracy. Hey, Tracy, what's good? Tracy said she would have been covered with all kinds of baked goods if I was behind the counter. I would have lost my job that day.
Yep.
Annette said, wow. And shout out to everyone checking. Ingrid said, never argue with someone who shows up in pajamas.
Right.
Just call the cops.
Hello.
Facts. Pierre says she would have woke up like, what happened? Annette said, she needs to start drinking tea with lemon. She don't need any coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, y'all stupid.
And I saw your comment, Alicia. I agree. It's really, really ignorant.
Hold on. You know what? I'm going to open up. Hold on. I'm going to open up the phone lines for y'all, for those that want to call in. I didn't have the phone lines open.
Unbelievable.
Forgive me.
Forgive
me. I didn't have the phone lines open up. The phone lines is opening up right now. And if you want to call in, you can call in 646.
I'm just playing. 233-1302.
Again, that's
646-233-1302.
Yes. Call in. Feel free to call in and make your commentary and everything. But see, this is the problem, though. That should have been shut down early on.
Mm-hmm.
All of the situations we showed y'all, even with the kids, should have been shut down early on. It's like we want to see a train wreck.
Yeah.
It's like we live to see a train wreck. Like, this is what we do.
Yeah. But that's what everything. Even on social media, like I feel like people overlook. You go to somebody's page and they're talking about maybe supporting, I don't know, Girl Scout cookies,
mm-hmm.
or supporting their husband's, business, food trucks and things of that nature, or whatever. And you notice how much support people get for stuff like that, as opposed to the shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people cater more to the bullshit, so to speak, and all the, the ghetto fabulous nonsense, these kids throwing stuff around the store, all these,
mm-hmm.
ratchet ass videos and stuff, and they like it. It's like people love to, like you said, they love to see the train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's positive, ain't nobody talking about it. It's ridiculous.
Facts.
Everybody on drugs, I feel like.
Let me go to this real quick before I go to I'm gonna go to this one real quick. All right, so let's talk about the 31-year-old woman who admits to having sex with a 13-year-old boy and getting pregnant with his child. Won't do any jail time, Kiss. No jail time. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I know good and goddamn well if that was a man, they'd be raising hell.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. I'll run a little bit of the clip so you know what the story is. I'm gonna jump right to that.
Serrano gave birth to a baby boy. She admitted to having sex with that 13-year-old. The victim's mother, who we're not going to identify in this story, tells us she is not happy with this deal offered to a woman she says ruined her son's life.
I feel like my son's robbed of his childhood. Now he's having to be a father. He's a victim, and he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life.
This mother says watching her son struggle with the reality he now faces breaks her heart. What has this been like for your son?
It's caused him a lot of depression. He's shut down a lot.
Now she questions why this woman won't face prison time.
If she was a man and he was a little girl, it would definitely be different. They would be seeking incarceration. And I feel like because she's a woman, they're not. They're having compassion for her because she was pregnant. But I don't think they take into play, again, she was pregnant by a child. That child was created from a sexual abuse.
Serrano gave birth to a baby boy. She admitted to having sex with that 13-year-old. The victim's mother, who we're not going to identify in this story, tells us she is not happy with this deal offered to a woman she says ruined her son's life.
I feel like my son's robbed of his childhood. Now he's having to be a father. He's a victim, and he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life.
This mother says watching her son struggle.
I'm so sick of it.
Again, or all I have to say. Because, listen, let's keep
She raped that little boy.
400.
Nothing.
I can't even say let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 400. If that would have been a dude,
all hell would have broke loose.
it would have been a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a wrap. She's not getting no jail time, whatever plea deal.
How,
whatever.
though? You raped that little boy.
How, Sway? How, Sway?
Because, like, seriously speaking, like, okay, yes, these kids are a lot more advanced. They're into a lot more stuff than we were, again, like we said, when we were kids. But what is a 13-year-old going to know what to do with a woman like that? She raped that child.
Listen, I want somebody, if you think that situation doesn't warrant jail time,
crazy.
I need you to call in 646-233-1302. Because ain't no way in hell. If that was me or some of the fellas that's on the check-in on this show, our asses would have been in jail.
Like, you know what's so crazy? And I think about this all the time because you know my life. I have my grandson. He's autistic. He doesn't speak. He speaks to a certain degree, but he's not verbal yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting bigger and bigger. He's going through his puberty phase. He's exploring himself and all these things. And I can't even sit and have a normal conversation with him about what's right or wrong, or you can't do that when you're outside, and because he doesn't get it fully.
Right.
But every single day that he wakes up to go to school and he gets on that bus and he goes to school, that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is that he's going to be in the presence of a woman, a teacher, a para, God forbid. And not when I tell you, I pray on it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But could you imagine something like that happening and then he can't even tell me what happened?
But see, Kish, this is my point. This is my point. All right. See, all right.
Put me under the jail.
Some
like
of y'all
right
gonna be like, no, we can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm all with, say what y'all want to say. I'm all with Big Brother. Put cameras in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Put cameras in the hallways.
Put a camera on my kid.
Put a camera in the entrance of the bathroom. Just the entrance. I'm not saying the bathrooms. I get it. You don't need privacy. On the entrance of the bathroom so you can see who's going in there. Whatever the case may be. Put cameras all over the place. I'm down with the Ring, right? We all know the Ring solved a lot of crimes. Especially in the hood, right? Mm-hmm. We all know the Ring solved a lot of crimes. I'm with all of that. Because I know I'm not doing no shit. That's why I'm with it. You feel me?
Right.
And for her not to get no charges,
it's insane.
That sets a precedence for the next person that does that. And the next person. And the next person. We read stuff about R. Kelly all day.
Right.
Now, most of the R. Kelly stories we hear, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Most of the R. Kelly stories we hear is about groupies. More so than little kids. It's about groupies. Let's keep it 100. Groupies got a set mentality. Their mindset is to be around the famous guy that's making the music they love and just to be around the star. And they'll do anything the star wants them to do.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's been a culture for years.
Right, we've been used to that. But when you start going into now
little
kids, and that's your target, like, come on, man, something ain't right with the universe. I'm sorry.
All right, Pierre said pedophilia is huge in certain demographic of people, so they always let it slide. And then Antoinette said, right, who parents knew what was going on? Tracy said, y'all driving me to drink tonight watching these videos.
It's true,
sis, Tracy, you know, you fam. So it's like...
See, but that's my thing. Like, he was 13, so why didn't he go home and tell his parents, unless she did what even, like, men do?
He was
probably was threatening him. Oh, don't tell your mother, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. You said, why didn't he tell his parents?
No, I'm saying that's probably what happened.
A part of the little boy...
Probably enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it.
Of course, he's a little boy.
But he didn't know what was happening.
Jesus Christ.
See, when you take advantage of a kid, you victimize a kid or whatever. And most of these young children, right, that they think they're enjoying it. Oh, this feels good, or this is normal. They start to think that behavior like that is normal. And they normalize it, and it's okay because there's no adult there saying this is not right. There's no adult there saying this is not right. And that is the problem, right? So when you have, when I hear these R. Kelly stories is what amazes me, because you got security that know things is not right. You got the superstar himself that know things are not right. Mm-hmm. You even got the quote unquote groupie victim that knows what they're doing is not right.
Right.
You need somebody in your camp, in your circle, in your school, in your whatever, your workplace or whatever, to say, nah, this is not allowed. This is not going down. Right. We're not going to allow this to go down. We're shutting this down right now. You need that person. And a lot of these situations we hear about and that we see, we don't have that person to say, no, let's shut this down. This shit ain't right.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, Kiss. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, like I said, it's to the point that we have to go through, like, extreme measures now just to protect our kids from people like this. I've even said it to my daughter. I'm like, especially with my grandson, because he's not verbal.
Right.
I'm like, I really be just ready, and not that anybody in his school has given me any reason to believe that this is what's happening. Right. I'm just saying that this is my worry, because if a kid, this 13-year-old child is now a father, okay, to a newborn baby. Imagine, I don't even want to imagine it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be ready to, like you said, start putting a little audio something on him where he could walk around all day. I don't give a shit if I put it on a tank top underneath his shirt. I want to hear what's going on so I can monitor what's going on with my kid, because I'm not. Seeing stuff like that just makes you so uncomfortable. It makes you afraid to let your kids go out in public and make them go to school and whatever. Because, like, what?
But what do y'all really think about the fact that she's not going to be charged?
It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Because, again, if it was a man, he'd be getting the book thrown at him left and right. Like, what? I don't understand. What is it with the system? Basically, like, drag it. And I'm not going to say, before y'all start, if somebody does something wrong, you do something wrong, you do the crime, you pay the time. That was so cliche. But it is what it is. So if you do something wrong, yes, you deserve to be punished. But why is it that every time it's a man, the system goes through extreme measures to make sure that they get their punishment and all this and that and the third? But when it's women, when it comes down to deadbeat mothers, when it comes down to women trying to make good men who are great fathers look like deadbeats and put them through the system, all these things is like,
or even women that do domestic violence.
Domestic violence too. Like, yeah, there's a lot of women out here that are crazy, batshit crazy, beating on your boyfriends and their men too. But y'all don't get the same punishment that men do. Why? I don't understand. I've never understood that. Never, and I still don't. Just because you're a woman don't make it no damn better. You still doing disgusting shit like touching a child or beating a man. Keep your damn hands to yourself.
Right.
I've never understood it.
Shout out to Valencia. Valencia, what's good, Val? Got to hit you up. If it was a black man, others get treated differently. Facts. Sandy said that 31-year-old has mental issues to even 31-year-old to even think having a child with having sex with a child 13 years old is the right thing to do. Something is wrong with her. Facts. Monica said, I would fight until she was charged. There is no way I would let a woman do that to my son and get away with it.
Absolutely.
I probably would be sitting in jail.
I'd be under the jail with you, Monica.
Yeah. Shout out to Monica.
Come on, man.
Shout out to Denise. Denise said you have to have a person in your corner that has your back, front, sides, and the middle. And I'm gonna go back to Tammy. She said the world scares me. Tammy said he's 3 years from being 10. What's wrong with these people? I would be in jail. And this is the thing. Nobody wants to take or make a person take accountability for their actions, right? Because and I hate to be talking about this tonight, but in these situations, though, women do get treated differently.
They do.
They do.
And they shouldn't.
They do. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Do you know some of the biggest, and do your research, right? So when we watch these movies like, what's the movie with Paula Patton and what's his name? Omar. That's
Omar
married to
Epps?
Keisha. Omar Epps.
Traffic. That's my. I love that.
So
movie.
when you watch that movie, right?
Yeah, seen it a billion times.
Who was one of the predators? It was a female cop.
It was a female sheriff.
Right?
Yeah.
She was one of the predators.
She was the lead. She was the head honcho of it.
But
all.
I seen another movie like that. It was the other movie. It was another movie like that. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a female and that was the predator because they know that's what who the children's going to gravitate to.
Right.
So when they're trying to accost these children into certain situations or whatever like that, they know that the children would gravitate, that people are going to gravitate more to the female. Like, oh, the female wouldn't harm me because they see a motherly instinct in a female when they're just predators.
Yeah, I mean, it goes
All
back
right,
to.
I'm off of it.
Yeah, it goes back to shows that we've had in the past where we always say like, men get punished, and we've been raised and I guess taught that women are supposed to be protected at all costs, and that's fine, as we should, but men have to be protected too because we have situations where, like you said, the women are the predators, the women are the aggressors, and then when it happens, is he a punk ass nigga? He couldn't.
Right.
What? What are we talking about?
Right.
So
Facts.
so she was so she wasn't a punk because she got her ass whipped by her boyfriend, her husband, whatever. Because she's a woman. But if you do it to a man, he gotta be a punk ass. Like, no, protect that man at all costs. Say what you do. Like I've never. I'm sorry. I can't.
Let's read Valencia.
I just read a credible article about a child that was given up at birth found her biological parents, and the dad formed a sexual relationship with the daughter. That's disgusting. It moved really fast. I think I missed somebody else's. comment.
I'll go back to it. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, you got it. And then Sandy said that's disgusting. Definitely women can be the predator.
Yes.
And then Itole said, well, my experience has been in Texas that I have taken the fall and my rights were abused. Unfortunately, I have been in a bad relationship where my husband hit me, but because my name was not on our lease at the time, I had to leave even though I've lived there over 20 years. He's a sadistic psychopath. I have no family here or support. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm feeling for you right now because you're a beautiful person. You're a good person.
Keep on fighting, girl, for real.
Shout out you. And you already know me and Sandy got nothing but love for you as well.
I'm sorry, Ingrid. She says these stories have her stomach. But
yeah.
We have to talk about it. Because then if we don't talk about it and we don't bring awareness, then what? When you stop talking about it, things are going to get worse regardless, but you have to talk about it.
Facts.
You have to. Because you never know what's happening around,
Facts.
In your circle or around you, to your kids. Like, let me tell you something. I'm not having it. Like, I got my granddaughter, Savannah. I wish somebody would.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would, because y'all could just say goodbye to me right now.
Let me throw that number up. Y'all see the number right there we just put up. Again, call in.
Yes.
And share a story or a situation about anything we're talking about on the Storm Warning Show with Hurricane Kiss. And I'm Storm on the General. Yeah, just call in. Share a story. 646-233-1302. Yeah, I know what it is. The Storm Warning Show. Let me...
Clear my throat.
Yeah. Let me clear my throat, man. I want to go into... looking at time, I want to go into the relationship thing.
Okay.
Unless you want to tackle some of these small stories and talk about it. I do want to talk about the Monique thing.
Yes.
Right. We'll get it a little light and then we'll go heavy again. So with the Monique situation, for those that don't know, let me take the number out. But again, call in. So for the Monique situation, so Monique says she grew out of open marriage arrangements with her husband.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even know she was married.
Yeah. So listen. So I'll go backwards. So according to reports, Monique first revealed that she said she and her husband manager were in an open relationship in an interview that took place the year they got married in 2016.
Right.
She spoke more about their previous arrangement and said people didn't understand. They thought it was about swinging and orgies, and then there were individuals who who are vehement about God, and they were bringing God into their opinions. People lost their minds, and the criticism has never let up. So now that Monique now has revealed, she says, I just grew out of open relationship marriage. Let's listen to why. Now, it seems like
Monique is making major changes in her personal life as well. During a recent interview, the Academy Award winner shared why she and her husband, Sidney Hicks, have decided to end their open marriage agreement. She said, life began to happen. I began to see a strength I had never seen before. He loved me at my worst. I didn't want to sacrifice that just for a lay, so I grew out of that. Monique and Sidney Hicks have been married since 2006, and they share 17-year-old twin sons together. Hicks is also Monique's manager. During her interview, she shared that he's the best manager that I've ever had, and I've had the big boys.
Now, I'm just going to read this line, and then we're gonna come back to it because I want to know your thoughts. Mm-hmm. This line gets me. She said, life began to happen, Kiss. I began to see a strength I had never seen before.
She meant it herself, obviously.
He loved me at my worst. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to sacrifice that just for a lay. Mm-hmm. So I grew out of that. Now, I'm going to clap it up for Monique. I know some of y'all ain't feeling Monique. I know some of y'all don't feel Monique like that. But what she's talking about right here, it's real talk. She said, I didn't want to sacrifice that. So some people get into these relationships, and this is why I want you to see this movie. Even though it's a deep movie, right? It's funny.
Her new one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. There's a movie out on Hulu called Threesomes.
Oh, I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet, though.
I seen it. Okay. It's supposed to be a comedy / drama or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's deep because a lot of us, right, we get into a relationship and we want to do this word called spice it up.
Yeah.
Let's figure some things out to spice up the relationship, right?
Yeah.
So you do that. You get other people involved. You bring other energies into your relationship. Now, when Monique says, I didn't want to sacrifice all this just for a lay.
Right.
Because when you lay down with somebody else outside of your relationship, it brings in other energies.
Absolutely.
Into it. I don't care what you think, it brings in other energies.
Yep.
So something great you have could be damaged by those other energies because you don't know if those energies are good or bad.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. You don't know if it's good or bad. So when I see a story like this, and again, it's all in what you can handle too, because some people, that's what they want. They can handle another entity coming into the relationship. Everybody can't handle it.
Yeah, but then there's so much more of that than there are just regular wholesome relationships with two people sharing and building with one another. This whole open marriage thing and settling for being with someone, as long as they can go and have fun and
right.
It's like it's becoming the norm and it's like
because everybody want to jump out on the ledge.
Yeah, like it's
for a moment of pleasure. For a moment of pleasure.
Good on that.
And I got to give it up to her again because she was a grown woman.
I didn't know she was married.
She was a grown woman that realized, listen, I grew out of that ish.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to lose what I got. At my worst, my man accepts me. My man can handle my business, my personal, and all. Mm-hmm. Let's take a call. Call it from the 760. State your name where you call it from. You're on the Storm Warning Show. Hold on. Speakers are muted. Why? I don't know why the speakers are muted.
That was says microphone and speakers.
Yeah, I don't understand. All right. So anyway, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to block you.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry. Call back from another number. But yeah, it's like I'm trying to understand. He totally said I will not see the movie or promote it. Sounds like he was doing shit and she was in her feelings. Ingrid said, once you get an appetite for extracurriculars in your sex life, how do you turn that off? I hope their relationship survives the change. Sandy said he watched that movie without me. And then when I watched it, he'll say, we already saw that. That's not the point. He totally said, I love and respect Monique and her craft, but that hits home hard for me. Sounds like he was doing shit. She was in her feelings. Okay, Earl said that. Okay, so Vic, listen.
Victor just laughing.
Listen, all I'm saying is for her to change her mind.
Yeah.
You know, and say, listen, I had to grow out of that, whatever like that. No, sometimes, let me tell you, I was younger, and, you know, you figure like, hey, you know, you in a situation, let's bring that third party in.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work out the way you thought it was going to work out. I don't know why the speakers are muted. Let me see. Yeah, let me see what's going on. I see y'all calling in. Where's the settings? Settings. Hold on. We doing this live we live on the air, y'all. We just want to know
why it's muted.
What's happening here?
Oh, on mute for incoming calls.
Oh, somebody in change settings. Okay. And then speakers. Hello?
Hello?
There we go. We got you. Let's clap it up.
Hi.
Hey, what's your name? Who's calling?
My name is Michelle.
Hey, how you doing, Michelle?
Hi, guys. You saw me in the feed as Mama Snugs.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, what's your commentary on what we're talking about?
Well, I could say something about all you guys are talking about tonight, but mainly I want to say something about the little girl that was in the store.
Yes.
And when you raised the point about being raised by a village.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I have a perspective from both sides of the table because I was physically abused as a child.
Okay.
And now I'm a mother.
Right.
So my biggest thing was breaking cycles because I know the difference between criminal activity and discipline.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So where that girl should have had a bear hug and taken off someplace quiet to calm her down.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody, like you said, was stepping up to do it, and they just were recording everything. And now that little girl has to live with that footprint in the world forever.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, but I was also in Albany, New York, as a youngin', where if a neighbor brought you home,
mm-hmm.
they didn't even have to tell you, your grandma or your mother, what you did. They just said, here's your kid, and then they took it from there because Cookie had to bring you home.
Right.
And you just knew not to. And the whole street was looking out for every single kid on the block.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that doesn't happen anymore. And my first experience with not knowing your neighbors was when I moved to Tucson, and everybody shut their door at night, and it was like, oh, you don't know your neighbors? This is weird.
Yeah.
Now, what state? What state you live in now, Michelle?
I'm in Southern California now. I've been here for 20-something years.
Wow, thanks.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up.
No, I said thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for calling
no, you guys are awesome. It's my first show listening to you guys, and I'll continue. You're great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate you. So let me ask you, because you said you experienced some things yourself when you was a child.
Yeah.
At this point in your life now, have you gotten the necessary, help or whatever you need now to function? You know what I'm saying?
Do.
Yes. Okay.
I go to therapy. I go to therapy monthly, and that's for maintenance. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, and it just. Oh,
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I go to therapy once a month, and then if I really need it, I'm going to call me up and get there tomorrow kind of thing. But first, I want to stress that I had the gift from whomever you choose to think you're gifted from, my Lord and Savior or the universe or karma. But I had the pleasure of sending him to prison. So I can stand a victory and say that I'm the victor, not the victim.
That's right.
Because as a child, you're not asking for anything.
Right.
You're not like, hey, give me some male attention. You're not.
Absolutely.
But also in the 70s and the 80s, because I'm a woman of certain age, we rolled down the shades and what happened in your house stayed in your house.
Right.
Right.
And, you know, on the coattails of children should be seen and not heard, and being in Catholic school and every adult on the planet was right and not the kid. So what I'm doing now with my daughter is teaching her right from wrong. And when you choose to do wrong, you chose to do that. So you live with the repercussions of your actions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But but hold on 1 second. Let me tell you, when you were talking about your mother kiss and punching you in the gut.
Yeah.
I had a moment like that when my daughter was like 13 and I jabbed her across that face so hard and then cried for days.
Yeah, you feel bad after,
She thought she was going to call me a see you next time.
Oh
right.
And I was like, I couldn't have stopped that train if I wanted to because I'm not going to tell you what I did to the last chick that called me that. And she goes, but anyway, now she knows she has tools in her box to say I can choose right from wrong because I was raised knowing the difference.
Yes.
Well, you know what,
and
Michelle?
you know,
we want to thank you for calling in because listen,
absolutely.
let me tell you this right now.
Anytime, my friend.
Let me tell you right now, you are worthy.
Yes.
You are special.
Amen.
And you're a survivor.
Yep.
And we appreciate you.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Amen. And could I give one last shout out?
Absolutely.
Rakim's my husband.
What?
Rakim?
Rakim.
Rakim?
If he's listening, Rakim, I love you.
Michelle, hit me up on my inbox. I'm gonna tell you what we're about to do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is.
Oh God, if it involves Rakim, man, don't even get me started.
That's so cool.
Well, listen, that's a beautiful thing.
If you ever want to know a really good story about Rakim and my connection with him, I will tell you that all day long until the cows come home because it's the best.
But it sounds like great things.
Seriously.
That's awesome.
You know what? We're gonna have
I'll
you.
hit you up on the inbox.
We're gonna have you back. Yeah, hit me on the inbox and make sure you follow us and everything so you can
Yes,
be on our
please.
next show.
For real.
Definitely, absolutely, guys. It was a great time talking to you. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Take
much.
care. God bless. Salute.
Love you, guys.
Love you
Love
too.
you too.
Love you too. Wow.
That's dope. That's cute.
This is why I love when we do this show, man. I love when we do
No,
this
but
show.
you know what? She said a mouthful. Like it's funny because I was just recently talking to I think it was my cousin, to Justin, and we were just we were speaking in regards to things like what Michelle was just saying. Like you go through things as a kid, and I'm a 70s baby. So although like she said, we did live in that era where it was like you close the curtains, you brush it under the rug, because people were more embarrassed to speak about things that were happening in the household that way than actually figuring out what the result was. Like with my family was very. We protected one another. Like we knew, like if something happened with the girls, we called them big brother, we called them the cousins. And I was raised with majority of my family, like my cousins and brothers, like my cousins, my brother, and everybody were like mostly male. A lot of females sprinkled here and there.
Right.
But we had. Oh, here we go. 732.
Caller from 732. State your name where you're calling from. You're on the Storm Warning Show. What's up?
Yo, it's Marisa. I'm calling from the Dominican Republic.
Hey. Dominican. Oh, DR on the check-in. What's up? How you doing?
Listen, I'm listening in tonight, and you guys are hitting it, man. I need to listen to y'all before I go live on Thursday.
We thank you.
What's going on with you, sis?
Yo, I'm just taking it all in. Over here, I'm working like a mad woman, and I'm like, I need some news. Yeah. And then you guys came up on my feed, and I was like, wow, I don't never get a chance to listen to you guys. So I said, I'm chiming in. And like, I turned my little Netflix movie off that plays in the background while I'm working, and I'm listening to you guys. The kids in the store, man, that's heartbreaking.
Yes,
yeah, it is.
Yes, very heartbreaking. We live in different times now. We live in totally different times now.
Because it's like, although they're acting up, you can tell that it's translating into like a cry for help in some type of way. It's ridiculous that nobody even steps in to help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the sad part is the guy that's videotaping him, the kid is feeding off of that.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely. That's unless, listen, you're right. If there was no videotape, probably would stop.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Nobody's paying attention.
Yeah, that's the bad.
When you take away the attention from a lot of acts that we see, it's like, oh wow, I'm not getting no attention for what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
I'll just stop.
Yeah, you just stop. And the sad part is that's getting ready to be criminal.
Right.
So now he's in here because he was doing a lot of damage to that store.
Yeah, he was.
He was doing a lot of damage. And the young lady in the Dunkin' Donuts, man.
Oh, come on.
I said yes. When you were like, call the police, I was like, thank you, Norm, because that's exactly what I would have did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There ain't no way I'm dealing with that. Are you kidding me? Management should have did that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, facts. They shouldn't even let it get that far. It went too long.
Nope.
It went too long.
Nope, it did.
I would have told my employees right then and there, I would have been like, listen,
we're
not dealing with this. Call the cops. Let's shut this down. We got other customers to deal with. This lady is scaring our customers, whatever like that. I wouldn't have said nothing to her. I was like, okay, man. I'm like, just wait 1 second, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what I'm saying?
And it's dangerous because you don't know what she's carrying.
Right.
You don't know who else is going to act up in the store. So we have gotten to a point as adults. We were talking to this about this tonight, where the adults are not role models. So how are the young people going to pay? What do the young people know to do?
Right.
If the adults are laughing and finding this funny,
right?
You know, who's correcting any of this?
Right.
And Coach Ray, I had tapped him in. He's one of our senior contributing writers for Own It, and he says that all day long. He's like, you know, if the parents aren't going to be good role models, it's getting worse.
Facts.
Right. It's going to get worse and worse. And these are the kids. These kids right here are we're going to be seniors. Right? We're going to be seniors.
Right.
They're going to be running stuff. Do you want them really taking care of us?
Yo, it's scary when I think about that, when I see what's going on right now, because and it's the crazy thing about it. It's like you would think like a lot of people that's in positions of power or even celebrities, right?
Yeah.
You know, would use their power wisely and say to the youth and the upcoming people that's going to be running this country, like, listen, we got to stop doing this. We need to change our ways and how we do this. We need to address things like this, whatever. But they don't do that. Right. All they care about is their agenda and how much people are following them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they don't want to they don't want to mess up their SEOs, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah. And that's the sad part of it. And I worry about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I worry about that. And it's like, listen, we gotta we gotta get out here. And I get it. Sometimes we get afraid, whatever, but we gotta speak to these kids, man.
Yeah.
And we gotta speak to the youth. I don't care if they gang members, they this, that, whatever like that. At some point, they gotta realize there's a different way. There's a different way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to shout out from the DR and tell you guys I'm watching you.
We appreciate you.
And I was like, listen, man, I'm going to be listening to them every week, man. They're my news.
Listen.
Oh, no, I don't need to be watching the Netflix movie is watching me anyway. But I was like, I don't need to be watching Netflix. I need to be tuning in because they got all the stuff. And then I can turn around next week. I ain't got to work so hard to find something to talk about.
We'll give you the 411 and what's going on, most definitely. But listen, we're glad you tuned in. Appreciate you, Queen.
Thank you, Marisa. We appreciate you for real.
Yeah,
love you. And wait a minute. Did you tell everybody you were Amazon #1 best-selling author?
I don't like even talking about myself. I really don't.
I'm bragging.
You
I'm
go ahead and tell
I'm your publisher. I'm your publisher. So he is in It's Your Life, Own It Unapologetically, and he is a #1 Amazon best-selling author in the professional development area.
Now that you told her my wife don't want some money.
Right.
Guys, I love you. Stay
Love
blessed.
you too.
Be safe.
You
Have an
too.
amazing weekend, and I will be tuning in next week.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care. God bless. Love you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. When you think about like between her and Michelle, like they hit so many like really really crucial points. Oh, here we go. Look, everybody call in.
Caller from
Love
the
it.
336. State your name when you calling from. You on the Storm Warner Show with Hurricane
It's
Kisses.
Tammy Walker.
Hey, Tammy.
What's up,
Hey,
Mama?
how y'all doing? Hey, kids, congratulations on your beautiful grandbaby. Let me start there.
Aw, thank you.
You're so welcome. All right.
Thank you.
Point number one.
Okay.
I would have totally whipped that little girl ass in that store. Okay.
That part.
Okay.
That
They would have
part.
been locking me up in Walmart and
Girl.
everything like that because I would have whooped her out of frame. The second point is I was one of those fast little girls that got taken advantage of.
Really?
Because I was fast. When it comes to when y'all say about the lady and the 13-year-old and being impressionable and how he was, thought it was a badge of honor and everything like that. At that time when I was young, I thought it was a badge of honor too. From a female's perspective.
Wow.
You get with the little girls, they're telling you what they're doing, you want to do it too, but you're going to say, I'm going to jump them up. I'm going to go with somebody older because they just mess with the young guys.
Right.
So you want to look like you older, but I got taken advantage of. Okay, now, yeah, I'm okay. I went to therapy and everything like that because you have to. I don't know a lot of survivors of that went through that and came out on the other side and they're stable. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got that help, and if you're going to be a parent, it's necessary that you get the help because you can't be 100% a parent until you're 100% yourself.
Facts.
So you got to get yourself together. Okay. Now the third part, I'm about to have y'all asses cracking up. Yeah, I was with this guy. I loved him so much, and he said, "Guess what he said? Well, if you love me so much, why don't you give me a threesome for my birthday?" So I said, "Okay." So we was going to do the threesome for his birthday. We had a good time. We was drinking and everything right up until they pulled their clothes off, and I saw it was more chemistry between him and her and everything like that, like they did this before. Needless to say, it ended up in a drag-out fight. The threesome didn't go down because I got jealous because as women, we think that we can do something, and we'll try to gear our minds into it until we in the moment. And when you in that damn moment, I don't care if you in the moment and you just happen to look over and things ain't right, it'll change instantly.
Facts.
So I would tell a lot of women, don't sell yourself short because you think. Now, let me tell you this: the funny part.
Okay.
Now, I did that with my ex. With my husband, I wish a fucker would. Okay, okay. I am so protective over my marriage and everything like that because I know the little trout that I was before. I'm gonna call a thing a thing. I know what I was when I was younger. I did the thing, and now that I got older, yeah, I did. I was out there. I was done. I tell the damn truth. Don't I know him? Okay, so I was out there and I was young, but then as I got older and I started going through therapy, I started seeing that life was more than just my body.
Facts.
It was more like my mind and the
Facts.
things that I want. And half of the stuff I was doing, I didn't even like it.
Right.
That's the crazy part. But I just want to let you guys know that I grew up, and I wish somebody would even attempt to even make me think about threesome with them. I hold my marriage so sacred. It means so much to me. And I think before, I didn't know who I was, and I didn't know that how a marriage could be sacred.
Right.
Now
so
listen.
I had to unlearn a lot of street stuff and learn a lot of stuff about me.
Now listen, and it's funny. I'm glad you called in too, Tammy, because past shows we did, we had people that called in and talked about polyamorous relationships.
Right.
So it's like, do we respect that, or we don't respect it?
Okay. Now, I do have a friend. Now, I'm not going to say where they live, but they live somewhere in North Carolina. We're going to say North Carolina-ish. And they have like a whole town where they practice it and everything like that. Now, for years, we worked alongside each other and everything like that. I never knew anything about her personal life and everything like that. But to come to find out, they are a part of that polyamorous life and everything. I respect what they got going on. I just know it can't work for me. Right. My mind ain't set up like that.
Right. It can't work for you. And
it cannot work for me.
Right. And see, I respect that. And it's funny because some people in that movie, please watch this movie that I'm talking about, right? Because it's supposed to be a comedy, but they put a lot of serious undertones in it. And I'm like,
right.
Some people it does work for. Like that really is their way of life.
Right.
Right. That's their way of life. And I mean, it is their way of life. And I mean, to me, it seems like crazy far-fetched and everything. I'm not going to even say that they're on a level of maturity. It's a level of understanding amongst them people.
Right.
And I'm not going to, when I say them people, I'm saying them like their lifestyle and everything because they're happy.
Yeah.
So they have a type of understanding. Everybody don't have the understanding, but I still respect whatever they got going on. I just know that it ain't for me.
Right. Well,
that's only.
I get mad if the mail lady hanging around my damn house too long. I'll be ready to clock her. So I already know that I can't roll like that.
But see, that only.
I miss you, Tammy.
For real, that only works for women like us in a way where it's almost like you respect your relationship, right? And you want the realness of what relationships are supposed to come with. But those polyamorous relationships, I could be wrong. But I know a couple of people who are in some, and as much as I respect it the same way I'm with Tammy, it wouldn't work for me because I want what I want, and I'm not trying to share.
Right.
And we've gone past those years of sharing a guy and not even knowing you sharing them and all these other things. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like those type of relationships are only good for people that they know that as long as I can have the person, I'm gonna have you in whatever capacity. I'm gonna deal with whatever the hell you got going on.
And they're willing to accept that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just accept what's going on.
Because they know
but
that
not for me, baby.
You're right. Because they know the other person is not gonna give that up.
Not me,
so
baby. I'm sorry.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I want my mom
I
for me.
remember. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. We were out somewhere and we was at some type of family event. So I saw that my husband's sister was introducing them to people from like her job and everything like that. And it was this older lady there and everything like that. She's a little older than me and everything like that. I think she's in her 70s or something like that, right? So she's sitting up there. She talked to my husband and everything like that. And I went up there and I said, whoa, miss. Let's put the brakes on. And she busted out laughing. Oh, Tammy, you said crazy. Ain't nobody wants your husband. I said, girl, you still a woman. And it still works. Get to stepping. Okay, so I don't care.
but
because you want to know why? When you know what's in the street and you know what you was back in the day, you don't play no game.
But
it is what it is.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest, Tammy. It's really on your husband though.
Yeah.
It really is on him.
Yeah, it's really on him, and for him to shut that down. So that woman that you spoke to, it's not really on her. It's really on your husband. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. The woman wasn't doing nothing, Norman. He wasn't doing nothing. They was both being harmless. It was my insecure ass, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm still insecure, and I'm very petty.
That's real.
Hello.
That's real.
The first step is admitting it. The first step is admitting that's
I'm
it.
Queen
Because everybody ain't gonna say they're insecure. That's the problem. Nobody's gonna take accountability for their actions.
Yes, listen, and don't get me wrong. I am fine, and I think I look good, but I do have a little bit of insecurities with me. Call it what you may. I will clock your ass if you cross me. Now that you have that understanding, let's not play with me. Because I'm telling you who I am, and I'm okay with who I am, and I'm still in therapy, and I'm still in groups, and I'm trying to work it out, but I ain't there yet.
But you honest with yourself.
That's it. Yeah.
Listen,
that's
the beautiful thing, and that's what I love when you do call into a show and whatever. You're so honest with yourself, and that's why I always know, Tammy, you're gonna be all right. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be all right because you're so honest with yourself, and that's real talk.
Yeah,
we appreciate
you. You gotta look in the mirror. You gotta look in the mirror. You said, I'm searching for the man in the mirror. You have to really when you look in the mirror, guys, in the morning, don't look past yourself. Really look into your own eyes. Mm-hmm. And identify with your own self. You got to cry and everything like that. But get to know yourself and tell yourself I love you every day in the mirror. Mm-hmm. Don't wait for somebody else to do it for you. You tell yourself. And I know it sounds so cliche, but it will do something to you. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'll give everybody 2 minutes in the mirror in the morning by yourself. No interruptions.
Right.
No doubt.
Just look at yourself. That's all.
No doubt. Tammy, we appreciate you, sis.
Yes, Mama,
as always.
I love y'all. It's all love.
Love you too.
Baby, kids.
I will all day.
Yes.
All right, baby. Good night.
All right. Good night. Listen, let's clap it up for Tammy. Yeah. Listen, phone lines are open. You can call in 646-233-1302. Listen, man.
You know what's crazy? I love the fact that when Michelle called in and Marissa called in and Tammy called in, I love that everybody's bringing up therapy. Because I feel like in this generation, in this day and age, people are so afraid to go to therapy because
there's a stigma attached
to it. I personally, I tried talk therapy for a little while, and it helped. They put me on meds a long time ago for the depression, but I was like, this is making my head feel tingly.
You
I didn't
feel
like
right.
the way it was making me feel. It was actually making me feel worse.
Mhm.
I feel good when I talk to people,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Especially when I talk to people that I know that they have my best interests at heart and they
Mhm.
love me. Like how we talk. I could be going through shit and you out of the blue, because I guess like we say the energy, you be like, yo, kiss, blah, 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 and we'll talk and I'm like, okay, I feel better. But like I'm listening to their stories, like, you know, like when she said like I knew what I was doing in the street, and it's like with me it was the complete opposite. Like I was probably 4, maybe like 3, 4, I don't remember exactly. But I think I told you like my godfather. My godfather was touching on me. Okay, never fully molested me. Right, there was no. Sorry, it's TMI. Never no penetration. Whatever. But it was bad enough to the point where I shouldn't be coming to my godmother's house and sitting there watching cartoons while my grandma's playing her numbers in the kitchen, and you coming out with your stinking ass to the living room and putting your hands between my legs. Shouldn't have been happening. So at a very young age, I was exposed to things and exposed to feelings that I shouldn't have been experiencing. You know, and even though I was a '70s baby, had my mother known prior. Because, you know, you go through don't tell nobody. And they're threatening you and saying this thing, I'm going to hurt your mother. And all these things. So it's like growing up like that and fearing that my mother will get hurt or my sister will get hurt. And then finding out, and I hope she don't get mad at me, but finding out that it was done to her too, my sister. It's like, you think about what the hell is going through an adult man's head to do that to a child. Because I'm a child. I don't have nothing that's like, oh, she look good. And it just shows the mentality of some dudes, you know what I'm saying? And even some women too, because women do it too, you know? And I didn't go to therapy at that age to say like, okay, let me just like purge it out. All it did was make me even more angry over the years, but it also created this strength in me that made me say like, okay, if I ever become a mother, and and shit, I've made my mistakes along the way with, not paying attention to certain things and whatever and finding out the hard way. But I tell you one thing, I thank my mother for being who she was. You get what I'm saying? Because I always say it depends on who's raising you, and once my mother found out what was going on, they done laid the smack down. Whatever happened. That man went where he was supposed to go, and it is what it is. But I'm just super thankful that, like I said, I listen to stories like this, and you hear stories that are so much more worse than what I went through. But you can't dismiss it. You know what I mean? Because now we're coming up in a generation and in this day and age where people are doing worse than.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's so disgusting, and this is why, as a mother, you know what I mean, and especially more as a grandmother now, because I've had my situations with Ori where things happen or whatever case is, and we had little scares here and there. But as a grandmother now, I think they always say when you become a grandmother, it wakes you up to things that you didn't necessarily think about when you was like, when you became. I was a young mother. So, but as a grandmother, I'm so overprotective of them and who's around them, and who I consider family and because you can't trust everybody. You can't trust everybody.
No, you're right.
Because in the long run, then who gets fucked up is the kids.
No, listen. You're right, and it's funny because as far as me with stories like that, my childhood was good, but it's actually when I got into this business and I started producing whatever like that, I had a female predator that was a songwriter. I'm not putting nobody out there. That was a songwriter, and I was doing tracks for her for free and whatever like that, and recording her for free and everything. And then she took me to Warner Chapel, whatever like that, and she was like, the only way I'm going to include you in this deal
is if you give me some?
Yeah.
Oh, child,
is
please.
if you have me. And at the time, I had a girlfriend. And she knew my girlfriend.
Wow.
And so it was a choice for me. Whatever. And it was like, I saw another side of that women could be just as messed up. That's when I saw it in the game. Now, lo and behold, she got a $250,000 publishing deal with my tracks and with my songs I co-wrote on. I didn't get anything.
Because you didn't give her no nookie.
Well.
Oh, did you? Oh, Jesus.
No, listen.
Listen, I ain't judging. I'm just asking.
No. No, but the whole fact is that's when I saw that women could be predators too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Women are predators too.
Sometimes they're way worse than men sometimes. That's how scary it is. Because, you know what I mean? Like, you look at women and we're supposed to be the delicate ones, the whatever. And I'm not saying that means that we got to be on something like, yes, sir, whatever. But you think of women that way, you know what I mean? But to think of a woman doing shit like that, like it's scary.
Man,
It's
listen, if
scary.
I ever wrote a book and put names out there, you would be shocked.
Forget it. Yeah.
Yeah, you would be
It's all the
shocked.
time.
But again,
But then even go and even to go back to touch on the threesome thing again, because we were talking about that. I feel like threesomes are something that you should be, not that you should do, right? But if you choose to, get it out when you're young, like when you're not even like really like serious about who you with, whatever kid. Because honestly speaking, like, you know, at a younger age, I probably would have been open to like trying new things. Because I'm somebody, I try anything once. If I like it the first time, I might do it 3-4 more times, right? But I just feel like when you're at that certain age, when you want to settle down, you want to be with your husband. Now, if you have that rarity where you find somebody that you can still do things like this with, and it doesn't cause any friction, and you understand one another, and it's respectful, hey, so be it. Do what you're gonna do. But in most cases, that it don't go down like that.
Right. Facts.
You know, you got stories like how Michelle said, you know, and you just gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful with who you lay down with, who you trust with your information. You can't be vulnerable with everybody. It's scary out here.
Listen, shout out to Ingrid. She said predators go on for years before they are called out. I pray that changes. Yeah, I mean, you know, and it's funny because, you know, in the society we live in now, we like when somebody comes forward, be like, oh, she coming forward X amount of years later, like whatever. And that does, to certain minds, it does look suspect or whatever. Yeah. And you never know when somebody feels like revealing their truth or whatever. And my thing is, this is why when I say reveal their truth, that's if it's really their truth.
Right.
Because we got to know, in this world we live in, some people do come forward just for a check.
Oh, yeah.
And they make up things just for a check. They might have just had an association with that person, but it wasn't really what they say it was, and that's just for a check.
Right.
I've seen that too with certain celebrities that I know, like, yo, this person is really just trying to get a check.
Yeah, it's not authentic at all.
Yeah, it's not authentic. And then some things which makes it bad, the whole boy who cried wolf syndrome makes it bad for those that really experienced something and went through something. You know what I'm saying?
And it's even more sickening when you see people that are actually going out there and posing as advocates for certain causes and turning around and doing the same shit that they act like they have. Yo, it's scary out here. Really quickly, because we were talking earlier about, like, you know, taking a village and all that stuff. My ex-fiance's sister.
Okay.
She sings. She has an amazing voice since she was a kid, but she just became a teacher. Okay. And she teaches 6 to 8 critical thinking and research special class for college prep. But she says she works in a very bad school that fights drugs, etc. But the kids love her and they listen to her. But these are kids that are troubled. You know what I'm saying? And like you think about shout out to Raina. You think about the teachers. You know what I mean? Like these teachers, they deal with so much disrespect and so much violence. Like you see these teachers getting, I mean, kids running up on them, kicking them in the head. I've seen like 2 or 3 stories in the past couple of weeks where these teachers are being attacked, you know? And it's like, these are our kids, you know? Like, you think about the parents of these kids that they're leaving your home to go and beat a teacher's ass because you got shit wrong with you that your parent don't know about. So it's like, what are we doing at home? Like, people have to really start listening to their kids and watching their movements and just, like, really observing your kids. Like, people act like they know their kids and they don't. You raise your kids well, and then they turn around and go outside robbing somebody, stabbing somebody, killing somebody, attacking teachers. Like, it's so scary out here. So I just wanted to shout her out really quickly because teachers have a really, really scary job ahead of them. You know what I mean? Like, us as parents, we raising our kids, and we got to deal with our kids' shortcomings and things like that. You know, and it's sad, man. You know, my daughter just had a baby, and she went through postpartum. And I watched that, and it hurt me because I feel like I know my kid. You know what I mean? I know Ori. But to see her go through certain things, and it's like you said, it takes a village. But I'm thankful that I have that. I have you. I have my sisters. You know, Aaliyah, Lalisha Sharte. I have, you know, she has her aunts, her grandmother. You know, so I thank God for that strength underneath her. Because if not, then God only know. You seen postpartum situation where they kill their kids sometimes too. Oh, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's just scary to see it. I'm just glad that I'm glad that I was able to raise her even with the imperfections and the things that I wasn't completely knowledgeable about, because she saw that and made that her strength to be able to, like, push forward. Like, her kids are good, and my babies are gonna always be good. So I'm grateful.
Now listen, shout out to everybody that checked in tonight. And again, we talked about many different things. A lot of y'all shared a lot of things.
We appreciate your vulnerability and you guys being transparency
yes,
for real.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is the Storm Warning Show, and it's funny. I try to get my partner, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I'm going to do this on a consistent basis. Actually, we're doing making a lot of changes too in the studio, whatever like that. I'm trying to do this on a consistent basis because everybody's like, oh, we miss you guys. But, you know, she is a part of the group, Allure, and they're about to do their podcast called Gag.
Yes.
Which is
grown-ass
girls. And everything like that. So, you know, she's doing her thing with, with the group, whatever.
I be trying to tell Norm I'll come in on a virtual, but he don't be liking it.
I don't want her in on virtual.
He likes me in the studio.
No, I don't want her in on virtual, whatever. So, sometimes you may just see me on the Storm Warning Show. Sometimes you may see me and Kiss or whatever. Or sometimes you may see a guest or whatever like that. But we're always going to touch on topics that hit here. You know what I'm saying? We're always going to touch on, no matter who's sitting here, we're going to always touch on topics that hit here and everything. And I appreciate you guys. You're going to see a lot more with BKS. And actually, there's a whole set about to be built in the next 2 weeks. You're going to be surprised at that. There's a whole set on the other side that's about to be built, whatever. And so you're going to be seeing a lot of new things. And just keep rocking with us. We love you.
Yes.
We'll be back. This is my partner, whatever like that, because people are like, what's up with Kiss and Norm, whatever like that. They beefing with each other. I don't see it, whatever. And I'm like, no.
Like, he will literally not have a show for a month if I can't make it. I'm like, dude, we got Zoom. We got all these things. But I get it. Like, we're big on energy, and we're big on, just, I hate this word, but our camaraderie. I hate that word. But it's true. Like, we work better when we're like this,
Yeah.
That's just like when Gag comes out. It's not going to be the same if all three of us are not on one accord and together. So, but again, we appreciate you guys' support and your transparency, because if it's not for that, then we wouldn't be allowed. Because that's scary for me to be able to share stuff like that. Chemistry is gay. Looking forward to checking in. Oh, thank you, Valencia. But yeah, like, sometimes it's scary, but I feel like that's always been the beauty of us, where we share things that most people wouldn't share about their personal lives.
Right.
I've never said that out loud to anybody.
Right.
My family knows about it, obviously my close friends, but I've never said it out loud. And it's kind of liberating to say that out loud, because I feel like, sometimes you let go of things that way. You know what I mean? Then they haunt you. That shit has haunted me for years, being a kid. And, we'll talk privately. There's a couple of things I wouldn't say online, but you never know how certain things when you're a child that are done to you, or that you experience, how they affect you as an adult.
Right.
Facts. And it's scary. And I'm super grateful that I have, like I said, my village that supported me and that raised me. Even when I was raising my own kids, they still raising me to the point where they secured me in a way where I can feel comfortable talking about that. So and I appreciate and I love all of y'all for that. For real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just love when callers call in, like Tammy, and she's transparent.
Yeah.
When we talk, we're transparent. I'm an open book. I've always been an open book since I've been doing these shows and everything like that. And that's what we need sometimes, because a lot of times.
I'm sorry. You just said that, and I just heard Aaliyah in my brain. Oh, Norm, when you were saying things that she wasn't expecting. Oh, Norm, Jesus.
But I was being real.
Yeah, no.
And being honest.
Yeah.
And if I consider you family,
of course,
I'm gonna feel like I could talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. But we have to also realize when doing shows like this, whatever, a lot of people don't have therapists, right?
Yeah.
Because, in their mind, when they were coming up, they were told, like, if you need a psychiatrist or you need a therapist,
and something's wrong
with you, and blah blah blah. We don't want people to know, and we don't want the family to know. We don't want our friends to know that you're seeing a psychiatrist or a therapist. So when we do shows like this, whether we realize it or not, Kiss, we become therapists to people that we either know or don't even know.
Yeah.
Because we could be sharing things with people that may help them. And this is
and
why
even their stories are therapeutic.
And this is why I love doing shows like this. I don't care if whatever show I'm on, whether it's a hip hop show, Storm Warning show, whatever the case may be. It's like at the end of the day, how they say, if you help one person,
you can help 10.
You can help 10.
And 50, 100.
And 50 and 100 and
Yeah.
whatever. But shout out to everybody on the check-in again. And we didn't even know we was going to be getting this deep.
Yeah, at
right?
all. We had a whole other topic we're going to get into.
We had so many stories to share with y'all with stuff that's going on with this person and that person or whatever like that. See, that's what I'm saying. This show just grew some legs and we ran with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, shout out to everybody on the check-in. Listen, mark this on your calendar. Please, August 5th.
Yes.
August 5th, the city of Plainfield, Milt Campbell Park is going down. And again, you know, cities across the country is celebrating 50 years of hip-hop, right?
Oh.
So what we want to do is do a classic old school hip-hop festival. That means music from the 70s, 80s, 90s, all at Milt Campbell Park. Is going to be an amazing day. Shout out to all the DJs, including myself, that signed on. Shout out to some folks at 94.7 The Block that signed on. Shout out to some folks at WBLS that said, let's go, let's do it, that signed on, whatever. And we're just going to make this a great day. We're going to have some games and things for the kids, but it's going to be vendors, food. It's going to be it's going to feel like family. It's going to feel like an ultimate mega cookout. But listen, for those that come, because we are celebrating the golden years, because it is the Plainfield Classic Golden Years Hip Hop Festival, we want you to come dressed like either from the 70s,
oh, that's dope.
80s,
so it's
or
themed.
90s.
Nice.
So it would be a mega, huge, themed out party in the park, cookout in the park on August 5th. Save the date. I don't care where you got to fly in from. If you got to fly in from Cali, Atlanta, whatever parts, Miami or whatever, to be in the city of Plainfield, August 5th, Milt Campbell Park. Write it down. Trust me. And you know how we do things. If you've been to our 4th of July festivals in the city of Plainfield, our 4th of July concerts and whatever, like in the city of Plainfield, you've had a good time.
Yeah.
And
Valencia. She said, I got to skip my family reunion this year, and I'm the coordinator
August
planner.
5th, trust me. And this is going to be, and the reason why this is so personal to me, because everybody that knows me know I love old school hip-hop. I love old school hip-hop. No disrespect to everything we're hearing now and whatever like that, but hip-hop from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and of course, the music that all the DJs play, it would be clean versions and everything like that. And it's going to be, when we say hip-hop, that doesn't even mean just what you think in your head. It's going to be what inspired hip-hop. So it's going to be, you're going to hear James Brown. You're going to hear Parliament Funkadelic. You're going to hear Marvin Gaye. You're going to hear the Jackson 5. You're going to hear everything that day will take you on a journey. August 5th will be an epic day in the city of Plainfield, Milt Campbell Park. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's dope.
Spread the word. Matter of fact, share this post. Share this show right now. Click the share button. All right, we ain't asking for much. Click the share button and share it out because somebody may miss this information. But start telling people right now, August 5th, we got to get to Plainfield at Milt Campbell Park. Y'all know I don't BS when it comes to events like this, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Really quickly. So they said, thank you. I'm going to call it a night. I'm taking my friend Otis to chemo in the morning. Please pray for him, man. Get your prostate checked. So we're praying for Otis for sure. Y'all put out a prayer for Otis.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody on checking, man. Yeah. Shout out to Alicia, Valencia, Tammy, Itole, Sandy, Ingrid, Denise, and
Tammy.
Yes,
and
Earl.
Our callers, Michelle, Marissa.
Yeah, Marissa, DR. Yeah, people
from Dominican Republic. Yeah.
And what was the other caller? Michelle from Cali.
From Cali. Rakim's ex-wife, right?
Yes. Yes. Peace
dope.
And blessings, man.
Yeah.
Listen, again, love y'all. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we could rock every Thursday, you know, if we could. you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just
we might have to do like some sporadic because I mean it's hard. You know what I mean? But we're gonna work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work
I'm
it out.
Down for it.
We'll work it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. I got people, other hosts, people you cool with though, that's getting at me like, yo, let me rock the Thursday show with you, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm, how Erykah Badu say, I'm funny.
I'm funny about no. What you said? I'm serious about my shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you know me. All right. But anyway, we thank y'all.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Appreciate you guys staying up late.
Yes. And again, I will be back next Thursday. No doubt. Storm Warning Show. Same bad time, same bad channel. Y'all know what it is. BKS1 Radio TV. And again, remember that date, y'all. August 5th.
Yes.
Plan now. I'm telling you, Mill Camel Park. All right. We're going to go on a journey with the music, the vibe, everything. Merchandise is getting ready for that date. Everything is just going to be an awesome day. All right? Peace and blessings, y'all.
And remember what?
This show is never about us.
It is always about you because
you are the next best kept secret. We love y'all.
You thought I forgot? Stop playing.
Let's go.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Hold up.
Love y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
Valencia, listen. This day is going to be about the DJs, the tribute to the DJs. All right, so August 5th, Mill Campbell Park. It's going to be about the DJs, but we got a lot of special surprises for y'all. So just come on out and just have a good time. We love y'all. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. One love.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Ian Van Zan, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio. BKS1. God bless y'all.